Greetings, fellow modelers. Well, welcome to another news update, and here I have the F4U4 Corsair and SB2C Helldiver. So let's get into it. First, let's look at the Corsair. You can see that I love how the cowling came out. Really nice. This was from a toothpick, a large toothpick that I managed to cut down and use. So you can find wooden toothpick that can make it, just sand the edge off. That's how I got the prop hub. Then we have the blades, of course, which is several layers of 120-gram sheet. Now, here's the thing. When you're building 100 scale models, it's great to use a 120-gram sheet. Really makes a world of difference. And of course, here we have the solder wire that came from a 0.6 millimeter diameter wire. Okay, so this is what I use to form it. See, 0.6 millimeter, and it works. Okay, it's the small details that really bring your model to life. The landing gear, tail hook, and the aerial, radial aerial. Now, another thing to which I really love was how the cowling was done. The cowling here came from the spare set on the sheet that is purchased on e-card models from Scissor and Plane series, right? This is a Brent repaint. And what happened is that the cowling, I just cut just about, say, 2 millimeter off, probably 1/8 inch, something like that, off. And then I just make sure to align it with the other cowling that's there. And that's how I managed to get the cowling radiator open. Really nice. I love how this came out. All right. So that's it for the Corsair. Now let's look at the Helldiver. Few things I did. One, we add the aerial. Two, we add the pitot tube. Again, this is from the solder wire, okay? 0.6. So any pitot tube that at this scale, I use that. And of course, I added this. This is not in the kit, I just made it. It's in the full build video that's coming soon. I leave the cowling radiators open because I find that they add a little bit of realism. All right. And then, of course, the nose. I paid attention to the spinner and the nose cowling. Those two, once you get these done, it brings your model to look a little more realistic. Now, when I'm finished, of course, building, we do the first satin oil varnish. So like I would use this. This is what my go-to is. It is Pebeo, you can let me know in it, but I use satin finish varnish. First coat, leave that to dry for a day or two. And then I come in with my matte acrylic. Okay, so the first is oil, get into the crack, the groove, smooth it down a bit, and then I use matte varnish acrylic to just tighten everything. And I like the look of matte on my models, and that's why I get it. The other thing too is that it's the little details, like the forward slat here. I just break it off a little so you can see the red underside that's painted in. You know, it's these little things that, again, like I said, bring your model together. Now, speaking of cowling, how I get the cowling done is by a tool that I find on Amazon. Where I am now, I just order it online, right? And it's these. So let me get this model out of the way, and then I can show you the tool. So it come up as cake decorating tool, and that's what I refer to it as. And then I found these. I don't know if they're also cake decorating tool or clay tool, but I will find a link eventually and post it on future build when I have the time. So these are the tool I use. So say that we're doing the cowling. This is your flat strip of paper. Now, depending on how sharp the cowling is, you can tell that because of the steep bend here and there, I use this set. But to display what I do is that I use this, and then I first go in on the edge. When you cut the panel out, I do this. Now there are two things you need to be careful of. You can stress the paper and bring it out a lot, but you see I did it because I just want to show you how I manage it. So you can do it here, right? Contrary to popular belief, paper can be molded, right? Not everything can be molded, but paper can be molded, right? And I'm just going through this quickly so you can see it. There it is. We're doing this video in one take, so of course everything will show all its imperfection in the video and everything. Just hope you understand. And then here you see I'm doing it finer, and we do it fine. Now the reason why I'm using my finger is that it makes a good backing so that I don't, it makes a good backing, that's all I know. And if you see the curve coming out, right? Mind you, I'm just doing it on a blank piece of paper. When you have the time, you can try it, but that's how I managed to do the curve. So that's how I get it in. And another additional thing you can do is just put a lot of very fine cuts in, like clip with the scissors, and then when you do the bed, it is even better. And that's how I do it to get those curves in. So that's it for tooling. Now, before I go, I want to introduce you to two models I'm thinking of this week, and because of their nature, I know it might only be just one model done. The first model I have here is this baby. Now, Miss Detroit, or Detroit Miss, I should say, this is what attracted me to it. Transparent cockpit. I am wondering if I can do this model, put this in, and get the canopy done, okay? If I manage to do that, and I have enough courage, I then do the undercarriage. And this will be one of those rare models that have the cockpit. I would put it in the canopy in the retract position so you can look into it. This is what I'm thinking of doing. I don't know, let me know, because this one will take roughly a week as I figure it out, but it would sure look awesome. That's what I'm thinking. The second model I have coming up is, and I'm afraid to show you the first sheet, so let me show you this one. And I don't know if from this you can guess what it is. You can let me know in the comment if you figure it out just by looking on this. But this beauty here, let me show you, for engines. Give me a chance to even pause the video now and check if you know what this is before I reveal it. No? Here it is. The Shorts Sutherland. This model is one of those rare beauties I am thinking would look great. Yep, this is what I'm thinking of doing. So let me know which one it is. Do you want the Shorts Sutherland, or do you want Detroit Miss? Whichever way it is, we're going to have fun this week coming up. So thanks for visiting. Thanks for checking in again this week. And let me tell you, I'm planning to do this a lot more often. It really helps. It's easy with editing, the building, and to follow up. But I am going to be editing the videos soon. I just wanted to get these out so that you can follow on and see what I've been doing. So until then, my friends, take care, walk good, and as always, you know it, one love.